In the last episode, the Everwatch Rangers, now deputies of Phandalin, were left alone and in charge of the town's defenses by Sheriff Sildar Hallwinter. The sheriff was called away by the Lord's Alliance to receive in person intel related to the location of Cragmaw Castle, where Gundren Rockseeker is supposedly being held. Having been attacked in the streets by the Red Brands, a group of thugs that have decided to call Phandalin their new home, the Rangers made their way towards the ruins of Tresendar Manor on a hunch. After a short investigation, Fitz found a secret door, and Thanar tripped a crossbow trap. Neither of these things deterred our fine heroes, and they bumbled their way down a flight of stairs into what should have been an abandoned cellar. What they found instead was the secret headquarters of the Red Brands. The Rangers began a slow and methodical extermination of this bandit crew, learning that Glassstaff, leader of the Red Brands, was one of the two people in the cave system that held keys to the holding cells where the family of Thel Dendrar was being held. They made their way through the cave, killing off half-drunken bandits, until they encountered Glassstaff himself. They defeated him, found many interesting and magical items, and now have the keys to the holding cells. So, a couple of quick notes around the table. Two of you got magic items last time.
Feels bad.
Something that you should know about magic items in this setting, and it may be something that Thanar and Fitz know specifically. Thanar because you were a member of the Guard until recently, and Fitz because you're a wizard. The Forgotten Realms recently underwent an event called the Sundering. This was a time when two elemental planes were torn apart and set back to their original setting, if you will. Unfortunately, this broke a lot of magic items, and it sort of left the Forgotten Realms with not as much magic as it used to have. Okay? So any magic items that you find are rarer, more rare, I suppose, and more valuable as a result. It may be, and it'll kind of depend on how I'm feeling and all that fun stuff, that these are the only magic items that you specifically find for a while. So, be careful with them.
Yeah,
I think I just heard Malbog a little bit sadder.
My dice.
Okay, so here's another thing. Every magic item that you receive must be, well, most of them, excuse me. Most magic items that you receive must be attuned. This includes the sword and the staff that you just got. Let's begin with the sword.
Ah, yes, thank you. I'd like to begin with that.
Yeah, because the second one's going to take more time. Thanar, you have received Talon. Talon is a +1 weapon. Magic weapons are unmistakably finer in quality than their ordinary counterparts. You have a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls that you make with this weapon.
You said plus what now?
+1.
Okay, you clipped. That's
Sorry
alright.
about that.
You're good.
A little bit about the sword in addition to its battle capabilities. The sword is inscribed with the name Talon, and its hilt is worked in the shape of a bird of prey with outspread wings. It once belonged to a great knight named Aldith Tresendar, known as the Black Hawk. You are presently in the manor of Aldith Tresendar. Now, we move to the second magic item on the list, this staff. Puffer, you're going to very much enjoy this. This is a staff of defense. A slender, hollow staff made of glass, yet strong as oak. Weighs about 3 pounds. You must be attuned to the staff to gain its benefits. You attuned during your short rest. While holding the staff, you have +1 bonus to your armor class. The staff has 10 charges, which are used to fuel the spells built within it. With the staff in hand, you can use your action to cast one of the following spells from the staff if the spell is on your class's spell list. Mage Armor costs 1 charge. Shield costs 2 charges. The staff regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges each day at dawn. If this is important.
It regains what now?
1d6 plus 4.
Okay.
So you roll for how many charges it does. I may just forgo that whole nonsense and just to say it recharges to full. This is important, though. If you expend the staff's last charge, you have to roll a d20. If you roll a 1, the staff shatters and is destroyed.
That's relatively low risk. I say you go for it every day.
So, let me see. What else was there? You also found a bunch of potions, which I hope somebody wrote down.
I think
Yeah,
I
there's
did.
somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, can I get one of those healing potions?
Did you...
Oh, now you won't.
Okay, time out. So before we do that, you all took a short rest, which means that you got to spend your dice. You got to spend your hit dice. Did you do that last time?
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
I also
I didn't have to.
Do we remember how many healing potions you all had?
There was
I already had it written down.
what?
I think there was 3.
Was there?
There-
I didn't write it
Yeah.
down.
I
Yeah,
have 3.
There was 3.
I
Okay.
have
There probably
Trace
was
said-
3.
So can I have one of those?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna drink a healing potion if that's okay with you.
Okay, rude.
I'm at 12 HP.
I'm at 14. That's all of mine. Go ahead and take it. Yeah,
All
I
right.
marked it off on my list already.
So, if I remember correctly, and I think I do, certain members of this particular organization went down and got a handful of keys from one of the dead guards.
That was I.
Do you remember what the keys are for?
I only remember getting 1 large cake.
Well, right, okay. So, do you remember what the key singular is for?
Okay. It's for the prison cell, as far as I know.
All right. Well, if the game is working the way I believe it to be working, no, it's the other one, that one, you know most of what this cave looks like because you explored most of it. So, how will you proceed? Please remember that our dear friend Glassstaff here is wedged into a corner,
Oh, yeah, he's alive.
tied up. He's conscious and very quiet, glaring daggers at any of you who approach too close. Glaring daggers at you even if you don't approach too close. So,
I can't see the map. Am I supposed to be able to?
you should be able to see most of it.
I know. I
We still see the type.
Yeah.
So you can see the room you're in.
No.
The title screen.
Oh,
lost
I
my
feel
handout.
really dumb. Hold on. There we go.
Ah,
There we
There we
go.
go.
I remember this place.
My apologies.
I have to make my screen larger.
I forget that I can look at places that you guys aren't.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Well, right, I've got to be able to prepare things.
What do I gotta roll for an HP potion?
Oh, you're going to go ahead and take a potion?
Yeah,
What are you at?
Let me see here.
12 out of 20.
Feels good.
That's a
Oh,
waste.
wow.
Did you use both of your hit die?
I
Or
don't
do you
know.
only have one?
I just clicked it.
So you have one hit die left, and healing potions are sort of expensive.
Okay, should I just use the hit die instead?
During your short rest, you can spend as many hit die as you want, right?
Okay.
So you can, in fact, spend another hit die. Go ahead and roll. Okay. So add 6 to your life total.
Okay. Sounds good.
Excellent. So, I ask again, how do you proceed?
I mean, I think we should bring this dude towards the entrance. Just so that we don't have to backtrack later. Because that's where the prison cells are, right? More towards the entrance.
Yeah, as far as we know. I think that's the only place we haven't explored. Except the secret passageway you found.
That's true. Oh yeah, there's
Do you
that
guys want to
secret
take a look at
passageway.
those? I don't know what they look like. Is it worth taking a look at, Malba?
Honestly, we could check it out real quick.
Okay,
I don't
we'll
think much
stop.
is there.
We'll stop there on the way.
All right. Where are you?
So I guess we'll
Ping on the map
prod
where
this
you're
dude
going.
along with us.
All right. Move yourselves there. Well, I'll move you there.
We're bringing this guy with, right?
Yeah, we're prodding him
Glass
along.
laugh.
All right.
Okay, so I open up hidden door thing
Magic.
Okay.
because I remember how to do that because I did it once before.
You do, in fact. Dynamic lighting. So the door is open.
Okay, and then I guess I'll go down first and see
Okay,
what's
yeah,
at the end of this stairs.
Wait,
All right. First off, how are you proceeding? Like just how?
Like the order of us?
No. How are you? Just walking down the stairs, or are you creeping down the stairs?
Swagalicious.
Just walking down the stairs.
Okay. Cool. Okay. You get to the bottom of the stairs, and the staircase just sort of ends against a wall.
Can I look for like a secret door? Because there's a secret door to get to the staircase. I'm assuming there's probably a secret door out of the staircase.
Sure. Roll me investigation. So you're poking around, and you sort of remember how the one upstairs worked, and you just sort of press against all of the walls, and eventually your finger just and this door slides open.
Okay, guys, that was absolutely useless. We were already been here. It's his workshop thing again.
Alright, cool.
You kind of get the idea that this is an escape route. Like if someone's found his room, he can get out the other way.
Okay.
Oh,
And then
okay.
he can suplex himself into the ravine. I don't know. Let's go to the. I
Yeah,
kind
might
of
as well
want
head
to.
back towards the main entrance.
I want to open the coffin personally.
I haven't even seen the coffins. Like,
Heading
okay,
back
you
towards
guys are
the main
gonna
room
have to
now.
lead because I don't know where I'm going.
Come back up the staircase, or are we just gonna gear us back to the main room? To the main room, please, if that's something.
Okay. So we have to have the teleportation noise. And you find
My
yourselves
spell slots.
here.
Okay.
What's that?
Oh, this is what the room
no.
looks like lit up. Neat.
Oh my god, I forgot he did that. Can you bring the other dude along with us as well, Mr. Glassstaff?
Oh, right, most certainly. So he's here. Now, I do want to let you know that you remember what's in the next room.
I do.
Okay.
We can't really. I mean, I haven't seen it.
You
so I
haven't
don't know.
seen it.
I can't say anything.
Okay.
Can we?
Hey,
like-
Thanar.
Yes.
Do me a favor. Roll investigation. I'm sorry. Roll perception. Okay.
Ooh, loser.
You hear sort of a muffled grunting from this room.
I was also gonna go into that room because I wanted to lock him. So I'll go I'll check out.
There's
this
still a
grunting.
guy in
And I
there.
believe we tied somebody up in here earlier. Yeah.
Yeah,
Stand on
you
top of this
you
table.
do actually see the guy that you tied up in here earlier. He's sort of slumped against a crate. He can't move because you tied him up, but he's still there. He actually seems sort of happy to see you.
I'm gonna give him a look. I want to walk back out here because I kind of want to throw this other guy back in there.
Okay.
What,
I
so
don't
they
think
can
we
do
can
the
keep 'em in
James
the same
Bond
room.
bullshit? And
Yeah, just to
untie
leave. I want to leave them here for now.
No.
I
but
don't
he's
want them
gonna
in the same room.
He's
They can
gonna do the
untie each
Mission
other from that
Impossible
time.
thing where they like untie each other's binds and then
Oh
grab
my
it.
Yeah.
goodness. Okay. Well.
Bring it.
I don't want to kill this dude again.
He'd probably already be
Just-
weakened.
wait,
So
put
do we
the
just want to
corpse of-
take him with us?
Put the corpse
I mean,
of the dog on
Just
top
put
of
them in separate rooms. They can't move much, but if you
What
put
other
them in the
room
same
can we
room,
put in? What other room?
like
put him in?
right next, like right in this like corner thing.
Let's
right here.
pick one to throw down the pit.
Malba,
Yes.
roll perception.
I still think we put one down the pit.
Very nice. All right. I will keep that in mind.
Okay. I think we put Glassstaff in this corner right here. To explore the other area.
Dude, he's in a corner. Just like stand up and walk around.
We
Okay.
should put the
Put
corpse
him
of
in
the
the- how
dog.
deep
I'm-
is this
I'm
water?
going-
Guys, just put the corpse of the dog on it.
I am going to imagine a couple of things for you real quick. Number one, Thanar, you are a professional city guard. You've probably tied people up to take them to jail before. It is entirely within reason that he is tied in such a way that he cannot run off.
Okay, so it doesn't matter where we put him. Sounds good.
Yeah. Let's say that what you did was you tied his wrists together and then you put them down between his legs and you tied his wrists to his ankles.
Hot.
Cool. Sounds good. Let's leave him in this corner.
Okay. So I'm going to move Fitz and then I'm going to put him here in this corner. All right.
What? Move me?
And then I'm going to move you
I
back.
was like, what?
All right.
Okay, let's go to the other area now.
Now let's going on towards where we think the jail is.
All right.
Aha, who's ready to roll? Who's ready to play the rolling game
Malba,
of just roll
stop.
and nothing happens
Yes.
because you like to roll?
Yep, stop right there. You get to hear and you are starting to go through following the other two when you notice that there is a red cape that has been dropped here. And it wasn't there when you came in.
Oh, I don't know what that means. Hey guys, was this here when we got here? I don't think so.
Hold on, I need to roll a history check to see if I remember.
The answer is no. You don't. Remember.
All right,
Fitz.
smart Alec, roll intelligence.
I was gonna roll a history check, but okay.
Yeah, what we got? No.
That's a save. Shit, that's the wrong one. You.
No, you're going to be smart with me. I'm going to make you do it right.
Why are you
Why am I an advantage? I didn't mean to be advantage. Hold on, one more time. There we go. Oh, see, I totally don't know.
Which?
All right.
Why'd you click it like 20 times?
Captain
I don't know,
Captain
dude.
Smart Alec over here.
I like how I just make jokes and then Gear gets mad.
No,
that's a
no,
It's
joke.
listen.
literally gonna take the lowest number.
Listen here, son. Around these parts, you get to make all the jokes you want. You just have to live with the results. You get the you don't remember that being there for sure. That wasn't there.
Yes, that was not there.
So what does that mean?
Are you dumb? Are you fucking stupid?
Roll insight. Let's see how well you can figure this
Me?
out.
Me, like I know what this means.
Okay. Before I deal with that, you know what this means?
Doesn't it just mean one of them left? Or like one of them got out?
Or came in, or
like whatever.
So real quick, first off, before we go any further, Fitz, do you have inspiration?
No.
Take a point of inspiration.
Okay.
Malba,
Cool.
your 23 lets you sort of your monk training has developed your mind as well as your body. And you're sort of looking at this and you realize that it looks like it was thrown off as someone was running away. So sometime probably during the 30 minutes that you guys were taking a short rest, somebody left and they dropped their red brand cape as they did.
Huh. Okay. Do we want to keep going then, guys? Because it seems like someone left.
I think what's going to happen is he's going to go to the sheriff's office and go murder Sally, and I'm totally okay with that happening.
First off, her name is Sarah.
Same fucking thing. 5-letter S name.
Stacy.
What are you actually doing? What are you actually for real doing, though?
He probably took off the cape so that he can blend in with the townspeople.
Let's go murder
the prisoner
Stacy
here.
ourselves.
Let's go rescue the prisoner and go deal with that.
Sure thing, bucko.
Did you? Okay, let's keep going.
All right, please continue. You two, Thanar and Fitz, see the pit. You know how it works. This is an athletics or an acrobatics check to get across, whichever one's better. Malba, for the first time you enter this room, you see a long, dusty corridor. At the end is a large double door with a relief carved in copper of a very sorrowful-looking angel on a field of oak trees. In the middle of the hallway, you see a pit that drops 20 feet into the dirt. You don't know really where it came from, but looking at the edges, you sort of get the idea that this was a trap that someone set off, and the floor swung out, dropping them into the pit.
Fitz, how did you make it across this pit? Or
Well, he almost did.
I just did. It was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Hey, you go first and show me how it's done.
Okay. And then he stands there.
What?
I'm going across. Okay.
Obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, you make
Fitz to go first.
You take a running jump at this pit. You plant your foot on the edge, just right on the edge, and just leap across. Looks really cool. You may or may not do the superhero landing. That's entirely up to you.
Definitely.
Okay.
He just thrusts his axe upwards, scrapes the ceiling.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Getting ready to eat shit. Cool. How hard do I eat shit? Do I break my legs? Do I die? Do I shrink 5 feet by how hard I fucking slam into the ground?
-2 feet tall.
Thanar, I need you to make some kind of a dexterity check.
I hope you fail, and then I hope I die, and then I can leave the game.
I believe it was a sleight of
hand would probably work, though. Shoot, which one would be good for that? Yeah, just do sleight of hand. That'll be fine.
Click. I said click.
Okay. So you, Fitz takes a run up.
Hey, wait. Can I conjure something?
I guess I double.
Oh, you want to conjure something as you're falling?
Yeah, can I conjure a fucking floor below me?
The floor would be.
It'll break when it takes damage.
Did you see the Hobbit? Did you see the third Hobbit movie?
I did.
Did you remember the part at the final battle where Legolas is like jumping on shit, and there's some dumb bridge that's falling. This pissed me off, and he jumps off one of the falling pieces.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Okay. Yes. So here's how this goes. You make a run at the bridge, and you trip as you're running up, and you just sort of start falling into the pit, and you're like, I know, I'm a wizard, and you conjure a bridge underneath you, and you have you kick off of the bridge, and what actually happens is that the bridge falls out from underneath you, and you gain absolutely no upwards momentum from this, and you sort of wonder in a split second why you ever thought that would work. And then Thanar grabs you by the wrist, and you go face first into the other side, just thud.
Yes.
And like this cloud of dust comes up off, and then he pulls you out and sets you next to him.
I would definitely
on
be
the internet. That to be true.
And you hear a crash and a clatter as the bridge that you made hits the bottom, and then a as it disappears.
Fitz looks down there and he goes, "Huh, what was that?"
All right, you guys going to back up off the edge for Malba to monk it up?
No.
Actually, I want the person to back off. I'm just gonna shove him backwards. Get away from the gap you almost
Can I
killed
roll
yourself
to
on.
resist?
No, I'm not going to play this game. Come on.
Whoa, a linear storyline appears. Oh, maybe in the free world of
Can I just
D&D,
jump
choices
over
aren't
Puffer's
as
head?
free as you seem.
So
Fucking big government controlling even Faerun.
So there's like this ledge around the outside edge, right? And it's super thin, but you can make sort of this run up and jump from one corner to the other, put a foot on this ledge, and then backflip over Fitz's head.
Perfect.
Make it so.
Oh, it was made so.
Whoop. There we go. All right, you may continue.
I'm just gonna walk off muttering, why is he so difficult? Anyway, we haven't been into either of these two.
You are one to talk. I want to pop open this coffin.
No.
All right.
I'm gonna hold out a hand to stop him. I'm gonna hold the other up to my lips and a be quiet sound or a quiet noise. Motion. Be quiet motion. You know what I mean.
Okay.
I have a joke, but I have a really funny joke. I'm not gonna say it because Gil will make me actually do it. So,
Dude, listen. You got to understand, right? There are a bunch of ways to play D&D. Okay. One of them is super theorieth everything mattereth. That's not my style. I like climaxes and really cool cinematic moments and all this fun stuff. But if you guys want to do dumb garbage, I like dumb garbage. But I will make you do it. So you have to make a call here. Do you want to play super serious for real D&D? Or do you want to play dumb garbage?
See, I don't want to do either of those. I wanted to make a joke. So I'm just not going to do it.
Okay. So are you actually peeling the top off of this casket?
No.
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 Okay. So what are you doing?
He's peeling the top off the head casket.
I'm going to sigh.
Oh, out of curiosity, is the sword engraved on the top of these coffins? Does it happen to have a bird of prey as the hilt?
You know what? You walk over.
That's the smartest thing you've ever said.
You walk over to this one, and you look at the sword on the top, and you hold your sword up against it, and it's not quite the same, but it's super similar.
Okay. Good enough for me.
Like you real quick get the idea that that's probably what this was intended for. Perhaps, you know what? Actually, roll perception.
Cry.
I mean, it wasn't super high anyway. But if you take a second and look at the caskets, you get the idea that each sword is a little bit different, almost as though it's part of a family tradition. Like maybe the sword was passed down from generation to generation, and each user made it their own in some way, and the sword on their coffin is marked in such a way as to memorialize that.
Is one coffin distinctly older than one of the others?
Yes. This is probably the oldest.
But anyway, I want to continue up onto this door and gesture up to me.
Okay, you walk up to this door, and Malba moves up.
Does this? Oh, never mind.
No, ask me your questions.
No, it was a question that was stupid, and I realized why, so it's okay, because I answered my own question.
Okay.
And well, I'm just going to whisper to Maba. We think this is where the jail is. There might be guards inside.
Okay, let's go get them.
And
all right.
open the door as quietly as I can with my shield and axe out.
My light is shining straight through that door. I think we should just go right at it.
I forgot you had a light.
All right. So I need to know a couple of things. How are you addressing the door problem?
What's the door problem?
Are you going to open the door? Are you going to squeak the door open slowly? Like how YOLO are we doing?
All right,
We
hold
should
on.
kick the door down.
Hold on. I'm gonna push Malba back a little bit,
Okay.
and I'm going to kick the door open.
Okay. Strength check? I keep calling for strength, and what I want is athletics, I think.
Okay, because I was about to click strength.
Yeah, that's better.
And I'm going for
I
like...
wish I could roll like that.
Yeah. I'm just going to kick the door straight open, slam it into the wall, knock anyone out behind it.
Actually, because the door is made of wood, I'm going to need a nature check to see if you know where to strike it. No. You kick the door off its hinges. Like, the door does not exist. And you hear 3 voices scream. Just scream.
Oh, great. Now they just see a giant orc with a...
And what they see stepping through the door is a slightly blood-soaked half-orc. Which they don't know. Like, who sees a half-orc? They see a blood-drenched orc holding a magic sword and a shield as he steps through the room in his chain shirt with his, like, fangs glistening and just snarling, looking for a fight. And they scream and back into the corners. This one over here actually runs over to this one in this corner and just huddles up next to her. This one over here is just backed as far into that corner as he can.
Yeah, Thanar just kind of walks in and barges in and just looks around confused because he was definitely ready to cut someone's head off.
Fitz runs in and he ducks under Thanar's legs. And he looks and he's like, whoa, hey, calm down.
The strange little man with the glass staff is not super reassuring right off the bat. What are you going to say to them, Fitz?
Hi.
Sweet. Okay. Let's see how good you are at this.
I'm going for charmingly non-threatening.
Okay. No, that's great. Let's go with roll me a persuasion check to persuade them that you're a cool dude.
Oh fuck.
You know what? That's actually not that bad.
Yeah, basically all of my rolls are like take +5, put it on there, and it's like, oh, that's about what he would have got if he wasn't fucking cursed.
All right. So let me back up just a second, because now things have started really rolling and things have moved really quickly. Fitz, you've sort of taken a moment, and now Thanar, you looking around. You two are in here, and you see 2 cells. Obviously, you know that already. You see 2 cells, and each of the cells has at least 1 person in them. The cell to the north has 2 women, one of them much younger than the other. The cell to the south has a very young boy. Let me actually find how this is. Ah, there it is. Well, not that super young. So they're obviously separated, and you get the idea that they're separated by gender. There's a pile of clothes here in the middle of the room. Looking at it, you get the clear notion that there are more clothes here than these 3 could have worn, suggesting that maybe there
Are they naked? What?
Yeah.
Why?
So hold on. I'll get there. There's more clothes there than these people could have worn, meaning maybe there were more people here before. They are all... So are you familiar with like a flour sack? Like a
I said yes.
those brown grain sacks.
Yes.
They're essentially wearing those. All 3 of them. And it looks like the clothes that they were wearing when they were brought here are piled in that corner along with a bunch of other clothes. They're all cowering in the corner. They look very confused, but they seem to be calming down a bit now that Fitz has sort of reassured them a little bit. And they're still hiding. They're still super nervous, but they're listening.
I'm gonna pull out that sickle cool ass badge from wherever I put it. I don't know, ethereal portal land. And
Your pocket, probably.
Do you mean
Yeah.
the pocket inside your cloak?
yeah, sure, that one.
I imagine Fitz is wearing a pretty snazzy vest.
It's like cargo shorts except a robe.
Sure. Sure. All right.
I'm gonna pull that out and I'm gonna be like, well, with the Fandolin Police Department, are you here to rescue? Yeah.
We're here on order of the mayor.
Okay.
Are you the Gendrars?
This lovely lady up here, who appears to be late 30s, early 40s, let's say, sort of peels her daughter off of her a bit so that she can approach the bars, sort of still a bit of a ways away from you, but so that she can address you more appropriately. And she says, "We are the Dendrars. Yes, you're with the mayor."
We're with the mayor, yes. We've come to Fandolin to get the red brand out.
I didn't
Who is the key? Let's get these guys out.
Okay.
I didn't think the mayor cared about what the red brands did.
Well,
He
you
doesn't.
may or may not, but we do.
Please, can you get us out?
All right, I do indeed have the key, so I will use that to. Is it same key both cells? I assume.
You walk. Which cell do you approach first?
Top one.
Okay. You walk up, put the key in, unlock it. It swings open. I'm just going to refer to them by their names because you'll learn them soon enough. Nilsa is here. Can you see the name tag?
No.
No, that's interesting. Hold on.
I've never seen a name tag in this game besides my own.
Ah, there. Can you see it?
No.
How about now?
Now I can.
Aha!
Yes.
All right. These are...
I can't see it.
Well, that's because you're
I'm not in
outside.
the room.
You know you can come in by now, by the way. We've been
No,
talking for a
I'm
little
keeping
bit.
guard.
Oh, okay.
That's fair. All right. So Nilsa is still going to sort of stay back, letting her mother, Myrna, take care of this. The door swings open. She's very tentative about coming out because, again, 3 strange dudes, and they're not super dressed after just having this weird event happen.
Dude, I'm never super dressed.
Fitz, I should really mention here just for social clarity. Essentially, all they're wearing are these sacks, and she will tell you that they were brought here like last night or the night before, and she stops in the middle and asks if you're going to let her son out.
Indeed, if he is your son.
I look very attentively at Thanar.
I'm gonna glare back because I didn't know it was the son.
What
There's
does
no
that
way
mean?
I
Don't
could've-
fucking let him out. Also, they
Yes,
all
I'll let him
have-
out.
All right, so the door swings open, and as soon as it does, Myrna pushes past you to get in here, and just immediately grabs her son, hugs, standard stuff, right? Like she bowls Fitz over, and somehow Thanar, you felt like you've never run against a stronger opponent in your life. And she grabs Nars, kisses, hugs, the whole thing. He's crying. Things are sort of breaking down emotionally.
Thanar's gonna stand here uncomfortably.
Okay.
And quick check, is everyone okay? Any major injuries? Anything? No?
No, Myrna will sort of take just like, this is 60 seconds of emotion and then time for business. Myrna, while still holding Nars, will look at you two and say, when they brought us here, they kept saying something about slavers. There wasn't anyone here when we arrived, but there were certainly remnants of someone, many someones. I believe they put our belongings in that pile there. Would you mind if we?
Oh, feel free. They're all yours.
Yeah, I'll move the door off of it.
The what?
The door?
Because he
The
kicked
door
the
that he
door, and
kicked
that's
it.
what
Oh,
was
right.
done.
Yeah. So the door, the door is leaning against the stuff. Yeah, and they will, like, Nilsa will finally edge out, and she gets straight up to the cell door and looks at Fitz, and then skirts as far away from you as possible over and
Why is she being a bitch? Jesus.
she.
I should.
When you say you, do you mean me or do you mean Fitz?
I mean,
Both of you, but Fitz is closest, so she's like she never takes her eyes off of all of you. Myrna kind of.
I said we put them back in the cage and then fucking kill them.
Do you say
Anyone-
that
anyone-
out
anything
loud?
else? No, that wasn't in the
Okay,
character voice.
I want to make sure that we're aware of this. Myrna will sort of push Nars out, and he'll run over and start getting his stuff. Myrna will come out and thank you profusely for saving them, and ask if it's safe. Like, are the red brands still around?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear you.
Myrna will make sure that her kids are gathering all of this stuff, essentially all of it. Whether it's theirs or not, they're just sort of picking it all up to take back to town with them. And she will turn to Thanar and say, "Is it safe? Are the red brands taken care of? There were guard dogs and
As far as we know, yeah.
so many bandits." Okay, and she gets very relieved, And she thanks you again and asks if they can leave.
Certainly, we'll make our way back to town now.
Well, do we have anything to ask them
the
first?
armory?
The what?
The armory?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to look at that too, but we'll just make them wait for a minute.
I want to open the coffin.
Just open it.
Now, what I do want to mention, Fitz, is that you do not that Myrna is engaging with Thanar. Malba is keeping watch outside. If during this time of sort of Nilsa grabbing her cloak and pulling it around herself, and Nars sort of grabbing his stuff, and Myrna engaging with Thanar, if you wanted to sneak back outside, not even sneak, just walk outside and pry open one of these coffins, you certainly could.
I will in a minute, but I don't think Fitz would leave.
Okay.
He's just kind of chilling.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to leave Thanar alone with these people.
I mean, you are a nobleman, so there's something to be said for that. Malba, while all this
I
is
don't get how
going,
they're not like immediately relieved when they saw the elf or the gnome, though. It's like, I'm 3'2". What do you fucking want me to do? I can't do anything. I couldn't kill you if I tried.
You could kill everybody in this room right now.
I could actually.
let's pause for 1 second and assume that this isn't a video game for a second. Imagine, if you will, that you had been kidnapped by a bunch of brigands, stripped of your clothing, thrown in a cell, and told that you were going to be sold into slavery. How super happy would you be to see someone who's just sort of wearing bloody armor and holding the staff of the guy in charge?
It's like the SWAT team.
I don't have a whip, so...
I'm well aware. You do, however, have a sword. So, now that we've established sort of the social norms, Malba, what have you been doing while all of this has been going on?
I'm gonna start going into the armory just to see if like no one's in there.
All right. So, where are you headed?
Just kind of like open up the door, or like open up this door and see if there's people inside.
Okay. How are you doing that? How are you opening the door?
Just casually opening it.
Not stealthy, just moving the door.
No, because I imagine like there's a bunch of commotion, so noise doesn't really matter.
All right. So you open the door and you see a short hallway.
Well, I guess I'll just keep going.
All right.
And open this door.
All right. You walk to the end of the hall and you jiggle the handle, and it appears to be locked.
Okay. I guess I'll walk back and for them to finish their things.
All right.
And then tell them this door's locked and see if the key that Thanar has will work.
All right. Well, you walk up and you tell Thanar that it's locked.
I'll just turn around and I'll hold up my key, see if he wants it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the key and then go try the key on the door.
All right. This is all happening at sort of the same time.
Yeah.
So Malba, you go back to the door, and
does it work?
You slide it open,
Ooh.
and you see
this place really isn't that secure. It's like my computer. The password is the same for everything.
As a note, there's only 2 people in this very hidden place that have access to anything. You open it, and it's a small room. There appear to be some workstations for repairing weapons and the like, but racks of weapons are lining the walls. There's spears, swords, crossbows, crossbow bolts. In a barrel in the corner, something like a dozen or so dirty red cloaks are just sort of thrown.
Okay, can I like look to see if there's anything like super useful for me in the room?
Like what do you? So, sure. You sort of already get a quick run. There's not a lot here. There's tools, hammers. Looks like there is an anvil of some sort. Whetstones, sort of oils, everything that you would need to take care of weapons. Spears, swords, crossbows, crossbow bolts, bows, arrows. You find a small like crate that's sort of half open, and it's full of darts, like the kind that you would be able to use.
Ooh, so I can get some darts.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. So you can collect up to 10 darts.
Okay, so I'm refilled.
Yep. And mostly it's just, crude weapons, the kind of weapons that you would expect bandits to use. Maybe a couple of short swords, stuff like that.
Okay. I guess I'll head out and let the other guys know.
Okay.
If they want to restock their bolts.
Okay. I will go ahead and just sort of add that there are some empty bags in here, just like sacks and stuff from shipments of supplies in the past. So if you've heard them talking about gathering up clothes, if you wanted to bring those back, that might be useful.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab those two then.
Okay. You come back out, join up. Hold on. Before you move the rest of the way, roll perception. Okay. Let me see something just real quick before you keep going. Where is that? Okay. Okay, 1 second. I gotta...
All right, real talk here for a second, guys. Who named Lars and Nilsa? You're starting it with the same letter. That's just already not off to a
A
good start.
motherfucker named Myrna.
And her husband, Thel. Malva, as you're walking out of here, you get a weird feeling about this wall. Just the wall to the west.
Like the kind of same feeling I got with those hidden doors kind of thing?
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Okay, I guess I'll feel around, see if there's a little thing to open something.
Okay. You put both hands against the door, and you sort of run them up and down. Click. A button depresses, and the door opens.
Neat. So I could have escaped all I wanted. Oh, I would probably put 2 and 2 together that this is the escape route, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, roll insight. Okay. You get the feeling that this was sort of installed. You're looking at the room, looking at this wall. You get the feeling that this is a new addition, like it wasn't this way when this crypt area was first put together. It sort of looks like the Red Brands may have built this specifically as a way to get Glassstaff out quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess you can go back if you'd like, or if you want to, do anything else.
No,
I have a
that's
question.
it.
Is
Good.
Glassstaff important for any other reason other than he's their leader?
Um,
It's like, why is he so important to them? Why'd they build all these things for him? Like,
he's in charge. Like he's in. Well, I mean that's all I'm going to tell. That's all I'm going to tell you right now.
that's what I was saying. For any other reason other than that, but
That's all you know. You do
Okay.
you do, however, have the note if you remember from last time.
yeah,
So
I do remember.
that may be worth looking at in the future. But you come back and you've got the empty sacks for them. I imagine you pass them to Thanar, who will pass them off to Myrna, who will pass them to Nars and Nilsa to put all of this stuff in the bag. And very, very quickly, all of the clothes, all of their supplies are bagged up, and they're ready to go.
As he's passing me the bags, I want to whisper to him, check out the coffins with Fitz while I help them cross the pit. Because I don't really want them seeing any dead bodies, besides more than they'll have to, at least.
Coffin.
All right.
So,
our way out.
Okay, before I open a coffin, I'm gonna stab it just in case if it's a miss.
So They're going to move down here.
Guys, it's like loot boxes. I'm so excited.
You're going to kind of help them across. How do you want to do that?
I think first I want to chuck all of their bags of clothes from one side to the other.
That's easy.
Sweet.
So you just do that. You're like, all right, let me have those. I'll throw them across. 1, 2, 3, and they're across.
How old did you say Nars was?
How
old does he look?
You can ask him if you'd like.
Well, my question is just, does he look capable of trying to walk across the edge?
Oh yeah,
should I wait for Malba?
They're all at least teenagers.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Good.
He's a very young boy, and I figured he was like 6.
No. I that was a mistake on my part. My apologies.
He also looks like
Nars.
6, so.
Nars is 13.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, just a teenager.
So I'll just jump across myself first.
All right. Athletics or acrobatics, pick. Yeah. No. This is the easiest thing. Like, you do this all day. Like, if you wanted to play hopscotch across this pit, you could.
Cool.
So how would you like?
Stamp both my feet in the middle of the air. I'm gonna send Nars across first. Mirna, can you please help him?
As just something that you should be aware of. You all, I think, have a kit of some sort. You should have an adventurer's kit or an explorer's kit or something like that. Which one did you take?
That's a good point. I'll have to open up my other sheet.
I obviously, as we know from pregame, I picked the kit filled with your mom jokes.
Yep. No, that was a
God.
super useful kit that you picked up.
I haven't been doing it. You should be thanking me.
I have a Dungeoneer's pack.
Okay. So
Public service.
you've definitely got like some rope. So if you wanted to maybe throw it across and let them use that to help steady themselves across the ledge, you could do that.
How would that work?
So you hand it. Let's say that you hand the rope.
Okay, I'll throw it to Mirna.
Right. So Mirna will grab one end of the
And
rope,
I'll have her
and you'll have
I'll
the
tell-
other end of the rope.
along the edge of
Yeah.
it.
And Nars will grab the rope and start across this gaping chasm. And he makes it really handily. He almost doesn't even need to use the rope.
He's a nimble young
Oh,
fellow.
yeah. Mirna will send Nilsa across next. She makes it across as well, very, very easily. Then Mirna will start across as well, holding on to the rope. She'll probably wrap it around herself and tie it around her waist.
Mhm.
She starts to slide a hand.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to click on my sheet
Okay.
to like actually.
Oh, I thought she just died. I was like, the hell?
Yeah,
is that?
no,
I
it
was just
was
trying to
gonna
click on
be-
my sheet so that it would register my next click.
Okay.
It would instantly register it
So
anyway.
she starts across, and without having anything to really hold on to, she's starting across with her like face forward against the wall, like just her hands on the wall as she goes across carefully, and a piece of rock like sort of slips out from under her feet. She starts backwards, but you just super gently reach out and grab her and just swing her
And
up.
I sweep her up in like, the like romantic spin,
You like,
but
yeah, I was
without the
gonna say,
romance.
when you're into a tango dip.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. Like you grab your left hand goes.
It's not necessarily romantic.
Yeah. Left
I
hand
swing her over and set her down.
left hand into the small of her back, right hand on her right hand, and you just sort of scoop her up and then set her down next to you right here. She is very happy that has happened, and thanks you like very profusely. Like as she hand on her chest, like right hand on her chest, left hand like on your chest, just sort of.
Ask her if she's over her dead husband yet.
Don't do that.
No.
All right. So this is taken this has taken a bit of time. You've been very careful about this. They start gathering up the bags and all that. Fitz and Malba.
Loot box time! Ooh. Fucking crack open these coffins. I'm so excited.
Yeah, Thanar, we'll deal with what you just saw in a second.
Yeah, I was just moving myself there because I wanted to anyway to make sure the dude was still
All right.
there. But
All right, which
I moved
dead
myself
corpse
back
do you
just
wanna
because
find
I
first?
wasn't sure if I was supposed to have done
No
that.
worries.
Nice.
All right, Fitz.
All right, Malba, which one do you want to open first?
You pick first.
I always feel
I know you're more excited about
I'm
this.
always super concerned when these two are on their own.
This is my favorite
All we
time.
did was sit in a field by ourselves. Come on.
Like, all we did is waste like an hour and a half. I want to open this one. I have a good feel about this one.
Okay. You have so there's a couple of options. You have most adventurers have a crowbar of some sort in their pack, right? However, you're a conjuration wizard, so you tell me how this goes.
Hello?
Hello.
Gear? Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, hello. I didn't hear anything
My
you said.
apologies.
Like, stop talking or something.
My apologies. So most adventurers have crowbars in their bags, but you are a conjuration wizard, so you tell me how this goes.
I'm obviously going to conjure a crowbar, except it's going to have the word, it's going to be engraved, and it's going to say coffin opener 9,000
Okay.
on the side.
So a sparkling, glowing crowbar appears. It is, let's say it's a good 9 feet long. Like you've gone overboard with this. This thing is cartoonish.
Oh, fuck yeah. It totally breaks the laws of what conjuration wizards are allowed to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, see, it's anything that can. It is 3x3 max. So what you've done,
So it unfolds?
essentially, you take a 3x3 foot square and you adjust it however you want to, so that it matches that area, right?
Can I make things that are just like hinged? Can I make a 9-foot bridge in a 3x3 square because that's hinges?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Because that's actually super interesting, and I want to explore that space. So you make this stupid crowbar, and you wedge it under, and it's sticking out way behind your head, but you're still pulling on it. And as you pull, you start walking backwards up it until you're hanging off of the edge with your feet just barely on the ground. Roll a strength check.
Okay.
I'm going to say athletics.
Oh, the one I'm worse at. Good. Okay. We're not, as I struggle here, like...
He's just like bouncing up and down on the end, trying to get it to like have more
Yeah, and
leverage.
it's like he keeps jumping and pulling, and the coffin lid just sort of pops up, maybe
He has a plan. Worry not.
half an inch, maybe.
going-
Pop, 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 pop. And Malba is watching. Malba could help if he wanted to.
Oh, not at all. He needs to do this himself.
Worry not. I'm going... It was a 9-foot crowbar, not have any more leverage. This is bullshit.
You rolled a 5.
It's a 5-foot crowbar, not 9.
It's not a game! I'm gonna conjure, like... I just want to, like... Can I just put a weight on top of there? What's the max?
But can't you only conjure one thing at a
So
time?
yes,
Oh yeah,
you
wait,
conjure
I
a
forgot.
weight
Never mind.
on the
I
end.
said never mind. I was saying can I? I ask questions instead of demands because if I make demands, I make myself look stupid.
Now I'm gonna I want to play with this because it's funny. You're like, man, I need more weight. I know. I'm a new conjuration wizard. So you're holding onto the crowbar, and at the end of the crowbar, where it hooks back around, you hang. You decide that what you're gonna do is just hang like a heavy sack of flour or something, and you create the sack of flour, and there's this moment where you're like, aha, before you realize that the crowbar has disappeared and the sack of flour has fallen underneath you, and you land on top of the sack of flour perfectly unharmed, and the sack of flour explodes in like just this of white, and then disappears because it took damage.
It looks like patented flower technique. They teach that one in Conjuration 101, and he winks.
And the only person who saw it was Malba.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Can I just open mine up while he's struggling
Sure.
and just like open up 2 honestly in the time it takes him to open up?
All right, so
okay, no, that's unfair. You gotta give him more.
strength check with your crowbar, Malba.
Selfish.
So, athletics.
Yeah, strength athletics.
Ooh, let's go.
That's kind of
man.
disappointing, gentlemen.
Yeah, I don't have any athletic.
Okay. So,
Same
If I
here.
acrobatics this thing open, it would be
Right?
Are you just gonna like dance on it? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? Okay. Together we have a 7.
why don't? Okay,
I
I tell you what you're gonna do. All right.
Okay. I see Malba like lift this. I'm like,
At this point, I'm just gonna start dragging the coffin towards the entrance.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it is entirely made of stone. You cannot move this thing.
I didn't know
Okay,
that. I
I
thought it was
wanna,
made of wood.
I want to like conjure. Is there like equivalent of balloons in this game?
You cannot lift a stone sarcophagus
I
lid
want
with
to conjure.
balloons.
Okay, it's 10 pounds. Okay, I just want to conjure a fucking shitload of it. Because if they're filled with helium, it's lighter than air. Technically, that should be negative. I can conjure infinity balloons because it's negative weight.
Technically, air still has a weight. Just because it's lighter than air doesn't mean it doesn't weigh
shut
anything.
up.
Oh,
It works how I say it
Oh,
works.
so
You're not
healthy.
the conjuration wizard. You didn't go to learn this shit.
no.
Did you?
The room
Yes!
starts filling with balloons.
I think you went to a party school, dude.
He went to clown college.
Okay.
Okay, all right. No.
But why can I not conjure balloons?
If you want to lift one of these lids off, since you both failed, I will let you try again on one of them. One of you gets advantage. So
They're just gonna like lock eyes, look at each other, and just walk to the same one and help each
yes,
other.
essentially. It's just like, okay, I thought I was better than you at this thing. We're not. Let's work together. So,
I feel as if I just had a decision preordained for me. How about you, Malba?
so
Let's try to open the third one because clearly these are locked shut pretty tight.
Yeah, I think so.
Not
Oh,
the fact
man.
that we're weak. Let's go to the third one.
okay. So here's what's going to happen. Fitz, you can conjure your magical crowbar again.
Fuck yeah.
And then you both grab hold of it. Malba, you get advantage on this athletics check.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Jesus Christ.
The lid almost flies off. So
See, those others were locked shut.
it
This one
wedges
was
up
open,
and
that's
slides
why.
over to the side. No, you know that Fitz's was opening a little bit.
No, I think those were locked shut. Don't you?
Yeah,
Malba?
I think both of them
I
were
think
locked
they were
pretty
locked
pretty
shut.
shut. I don't think they're ever
Oh,
meant to open.
I think there's gonna be at least a purple skin in here.
So
Um,
as you look inside, you see obviously it's a skeleton, like, of course, in very nice robes.
is that the ski skin for Bridget?
Huh?
Nothing.
Naming, don't worry.
So it is a skeleton dressed in very fine robes. You
Ooh.
see this oak tree crest on the chest of it. You sort of see you get the immediate feeling that this was a female in life. She is. So do you remember? You've seen warriors in movies after they've died. They've got their hands crossed in front of them, holding onto a sword that runs down from their chest towards their feet.
Yeah.
Just like that. The sword that she is holding is very similar to the one that Thanar has. However, it is corroded with age. On her right hand ring finger, she has a bluish silver ring. You can tell that Fitz, you can tell immediately it is a signet ring, and it is made of platinum.
Ooh. Do you think we'll get cursed if we take this?
I mean, if you take it, I won't get cursed, so sure.
I'm gonna do an investigation check. I'm gonna like furrow my eyebrows and I'm gonna check for ghosts.
Or what?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Would checking for curses be
Do I see any
Arcana?
ghosts?
Dude, why'd you roll in that one?
So-
Do I see any
So you're
ghosts?
poking around in the.
No, I'm not poking around. I like furrow
Well,
my
okay,
eyebrows and close my eyes and use my third eye to look for ghosts.
Figuratively, you're poking around. You're poking
Yes.
around with your eyeballs.
Yes.
And as you do, it looks like the sleeve of her right arm is starting to billow. Just sort of, it's moving all on its own. As though there's an unseen force moving around. It shakes and begins to move faster and faster as you watch, and then a spider crawls out. And just sort of,
No.
it sits on the top of her bony hand next to the ring.
So I'm gonna assume this ensuing scream is what caused her to fall.
Yes, as a matter of fact, that beautiful. So
What?
so we're assuming that
Dude, it's a spider. We know you're gonna scream.
yes. So
I was going to, but I hate having my choices preordained for me. So I'm not
Hey,
going to.
I'm just making jokes. You can always say what actually happened.
so it does
Actually, no, you can't. If you make a joke, that's what happens.
does Fitz scream? Does Fitz scream at this spider?
Initially, he's like, "Oh, there's no ghosts here."
Okay, that is what distracts Myrna, and she begins to fall, and you catch her as was preordained. Fitz Malba, are you going to try to take this ring or not?
Are you taking it, Fitz?
Are you?
As you
mean-
stand and ask whether or not you're going to take the signet ring off of the hand of this clearly well-respected warrior.
Oh no, I'm not going to take that. My character would not take that.
Okay.
Fitz just doesn't want to get any closer to this one.
Okay. So are you going to put the casket lid back on, or are you just piecing out?
I'll put it back
Okay.
on.
I guess I'll help.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not even going to make you roll for that.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here. What do I see? What's going?
Everyone's across.
Hey Thanar, do you still have that key?
No, Naba does.
I got it.
Hey Melbach, can I have the key for a second?
Sure. What do you want it for?
Can I just borrow the key?
Sure.
Okay, I grab it. I go over to this coffin and I raise the key in the air and I fucking slam it on the lid of the coffin as hard as I can. And I look over at Malba and I'm like, okay, I think that's unlocked now.
Okay.
Do you want to try and open this one with me?
Sure, since it's unlocked now, I guess.
Cool.
Same thing.
Did the key break?
Flame athletics check with advantage. The key does not break, but it bounces out of your hands and just sort of jumps straight up and then lands on the lid.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Lid
Ooh.
comes off. It takes you a second, but the lid comes off.
Damn it.
Okay, the lid is now off. Inside, you see much the same side as before. This is clearly a male figure. He is dressed in ancient armor, sort of chain armor. It seems to have fused a bit with age. He is clutching an axe, like a battle axe, that has also rusted with age. The wood has that makes up the haft of it sort of rotted away. his beard having, as decay do. He also has an almost identical platinum signet ring of an older design. Like, these are similar but not identical.
Fitz is window shopping right now. I think we'll get the third one open, and then he can have a gander. I want to go find the key, and I want to do the exact same thing with the exact...
I tell him the third one doesn't open.
What?
It did. I tried. It literally didn't budge at all. I don't think it opens.
I think it's locked.
No. There's no like keyhole.
It was locked. Don't worry. And
I don't know. I don't think it'll open.
Well,
we could try.
Okay.
I'm gonna purposely not open it.
Okay. Roll a strength check with disadvantage.
Take it.
So, Malba, you walk over and Fitz makes the giant crowbar again, slips it under, and you're making a big show of warming up, loosening up to pull on it, and by the time you reach to grab it, he's already lifted the lid off.
Damn it!
It just slides off.
I guess it was locked. Makes sense.
Inside, you see another man, also aged. He has another sword very similar to the woman's, but this time a lot closer to the one that Thanar's got. Almost as though his is a more refined version of hers, and the one that Thanar has is a more refined version of his. Almost as though this design has been refined and rebuilt over time through history.
I'm gonna kind of lean out, shout at the door, and I'm gonna shout over at Thanar, "Do you lack morals and good art? This guy has some that you might like."
Are you tomb raiding?
What? No!
No, that tomb raiding infers you're taking things. We're just looking.
To be clear, Thanar wanted to open the coffins because he thought the red brand would have put stuff in there.
He also has
shopping.
he also has the same platinum signet ring. This one a lot again a newer style than hers, which was a newer style of the first of the coffin in the southwest. So what has essentially happened is you get the immediate sensation that is the oldest coffin. This is the second oldest coffin. This is the newest coffin, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to put these lids back on, Fitz. How about you?
So while you two decide that, Thanar, everybody's sort of gotten their wits back about them. The kids were super concerned about their mother falling in. Myrna has sort of stabilized herself. Thanks you again for saving her. It's like this was close enough to like carrying physical contact that she's almost breaking down. She's been through a lot, but she has to get her children out of here first before she can have a mental conniption. So, all business again. Took her a second. They're gathering up their stuff, and they're ready to keep going. You're just sort of waiting on the other two.
Cool. Well, I want to put my hand back here as I start walking out the door to go check on the other guys and make sure they wait, just so I can go check nothing dangerous is out here.
Okay. Because
I wanted to check on Mr. Glassstaff.
As you do, we will pause again for 1 second, as you can very clearly see what's going on out here. I will get to that in a moment. Fitz, Malba, what's up?
You want anything, Fitz? Because otherwise I'm closing these off. I'm not taking anything, defiling their graves.
I was really hoping for a legendary Reinhardt skin, but I guess we can put him back.
All right. So,
Nah, it's just commons in here. Don't worry.
Zaya skins too.
all right. Fun times. So
Are we sure he didn't go to a bard college?
you guys are closing up the lids. Thanar, you walk through into the next room. Myrna, Nilsa, and Nars are staying up against that wall while you motion them back. And you see a man at the top of those stairs. And he seems to be speaking to Glassstaff as he limps his way down the stairs. He has in his hand a surprisingly large polearm, a big spear. Have you ever played Dark Souls?
Yes.
Have you?
He's probably better at it than you are.
Have you fought Ornstein and Smo?
Are you talking about the lightning staff?
I'm talking about Ornstein's lightning spear. Yes.
Okay.
That's what this gentleman has.
Is it like zapping?
It is not. It's just
Okay.
a spear with that very distinctive
Okay,
foothold crossbar.
Okay.
And he's got his back to you, but roll perception just for fun. Super low, but I want to see if you make a... Yeah, no, that's fine. You get the feeling it's Darren Edermath.
Oh, okay.
Who's that again?
He's the guy at the orchard that you don't actually know because you didn't meet him.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he is... he seems to be very,
Oh, that's why
very
he's limping. Got
confused as to why Glassstaff is tied up, and he's making his way down. And he's reaching for the knife that he always keeps on his belt to try to untie him as he's looking around.
What?
He's like, What are you?
Well, do I hear him saying this?
Yes, and he's talking, and Glassstaff is saying that the bandits kidnapped him and tied him up down here, and he's been here for ages.
Okay. Darren?
Thanar, what are you doing down
Okay,
here?
I'll walk up to here.
You,
Why are you using a cordial voice for him?
we will have to shut up, Thanar. What are you doing down here? This is extremely dangerous. This is the kind of thing that I would expect from a much younger and far less experienced adventurer. These are the kind of mistakes that I made in my first year.
The other two are with me. We were trying to oust the Red Brand.
Do you think that 3 of you alone are capable of taking on this many bandits? We don't even know how many there were. You just rushed off down here as though you could handle anything.
Well, while I was counting bodies, I think there was about 9 of them.
You took out all of them.
Yup.
Yeah. Still, you have great potential, to be fair, but that was still too much of a risk.
End his life.
We didn't necessarily mean to come here. We were just exploring the manor at first.
Lit his throat.
Darren is still moving towards Glassstaff, as though to untie him.
What are you doing?
I'm untying Yarno.
He is their leader.
And he's like
There's a reason he's tied up.
reaching towards him with the knife, reaching out for the... He's like, I'm sorry?
He tried to stop us from coming in here.
Did you tie him up?
Yes, he's their leader. We're taking him to put...
The
to-
lead...
He was keeping the... sorry, forgot their names. He was keeping the Dendrars imprisoned.
Yarno Albrecht is in charge of the Red Brands.
I'm gonna, or, God damn it, I keep forgetting her name. Myrna, come here.
Come here and
You're the worst. You're the worst. I hate you.
Throw up.
Myrna will step through and say, yes? Darren.
Do you know Darren?
Darren.
Okay, never mind.
And Edermath will be like, Myrna, what are you? Oh, I'm so glad that you're... And rushes to her as best as he can hobble, and she will move towards him and, embrace more emotions. Myrna will very clearly explain the situation, confirm that Glassstaff is who you say he is. Darren is visibly unhappy. You've not seen this side of him yet. This is the face of a terrible adventurer, and by terrible I mean he could take on a fire giant alone and come away with only a broken knee. He will he's sort of if you will, pulling rank a bit. He's sort of
Can Flame and I just say we were like coming over here?
Oh yeah. All of this has happened. In the meantime, you guys have jumped over.
I want to pop in the window, the door here.
Oh no, hold on,
Glassstaff.
Fitz, you jump across,
nope.
and Nars has to grab you. It's all fun.
Nars is taller than him too.
But I like pop in this doorway holding my glass staff, and I'm like, hey.
What did you say? You cut out.
I come in with glass staff, and I'm just, hey, what's up?
Darren, this is one of my compatriots. This is Fitz.
Fitz, it is a pleasure to meet you. Could you kindly escort the Dendrars? Actually, a moment, and he will walk over to you, Thanar, and sort of put a hand on your shoulder and say, I had to take care of a couple of the red brands who were running off out this door. They're at the top of the stairs. I don't know what you want to do with that, but it may not be good for the children to see. It was a bit messy.
All right, I can deal with that, and I'll make my way up the staircase.
Okay. You make your way up the staircase quickly, and there were red brands here at one point. What there is now is nearly unrecognizable.
How many pieces do I count?
I think you stop somewhere near 25. Yeah.
Is it like where is this exactly? Like, can I just like kick it all in the brush or something?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of rubble around. You could probably like lift a small piece of rubble and then tuck all of these bits under it and then lean it back over.
Okay, yeah, we'll go for that.
In the meantime, Darren, Edermath, Fitz, Malba, you see this is just staring daggers at Glassstaff, who you now know and has been confirmed is Iarno Albrecht.
Where's Malba? Can I just not see him?
Is Flame here?
I'm here, yeah. I was in the hallway.
Okay.
Nilsa and Nars have made their way up and are standing in this corner here at the stairs. Myrna is with them. Edermath appears to have taken guard in front of Iarno. What are you guys doing? Oi, oi.
I'm not there.
I don't know what you said. I didn't hear you.
This is all taking place. Darren Edermath is sort of trying to figure out exactly how mad he is he's pretty mad is about where he is right now. But he's sort of taken up this guard position in front of Iarno, just watching. Myrna, Nilsa, and Nars have taken up the position that they're in on the stairs, just sort of huddling and trying to consider how long they have to wait until they can get out of here. Thanar's gone up to clean up bodies. Malba, Fitz, you're where you are. There's a man in the room over here.
Okay, I just didn't hear that last part.
I'm gonna go get that other dude in the other room.
So you pull him out.
You know this guy?
Oh, yes. Yes, I know this man very well. This is Iarno Albrecht, a member of the Lord's Alliance, or he was. I'm not sure exactly what he is now.
He tried to kill us, like all of us.
He complimented me.
I have a staff. Well, like ass staff now.
He'll turn and look at the staff and say, yes, I recognize that very well.
Sorry, never mind.
Thanar, I imagine you're about done by this point. All right, and we'll sort of clean up this particular encounter and say that you all gather up all of the bits and head back upstairs. Thanar, you noticed when you got to the top of the stairs, and now that you're all out, it is dark. It is quite dark. You guys have been down there for a couple of hours at least, and it is now, well, more than a couple of hours.
It is past my bedtime.
It is sort of, it's getting very late. You may be able to see just a peak or two of the sun over the horizon, but you're in mountainous area, so it's just dark. Which will make it easier for the kids not to see the bodies. But you all come out. Myrna and the kids are staying very close together. Myrna is actually hewing fairly close to Thanar. And sort of...
You couldn't tell, but I winked.
She's standing as close to... Thanar has been the one that she's interacted with the most and who helped her to not pratfall into a pit. So she feels kind of comfortable around him. Edermath has Iarno by the back of the collar and has dragged him up the stairs, hobble and all, holding his giant spear as though he weighed like 5 pounds. And just like straight up by the back of the collar. And then through the rubble. And then making his way from the manor down the road, winding all the way towards wherever it is he's going. And he gets to about here. I imagine you all are going to follow him.
Yeah.
And as you do,
and I assume Malba is escorting the other guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So as you go, he gets to about here, and then he's just like, enough of this, and cuts the ties around his legs, but not his arms, and grabs the rope around his arms and just begins to push him in front of him, spear in the middle of his back, and they just make their way slowly, methodically, almost marching him through town to the townmaster's hall.